Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. I am Facundo Carballo, and today I will explain you all about weight groups, since why we have to use weight groups and how to implement weight groups on Golang. Before we start with the video, I want to tell you that if you like this kind of videos, I will ask you that please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, because that helps me a lot. Why we need weight groups? Well, weight groups are here to weight Goroutines. So imagine this situation. We are a Golang program and we execute two Goroutines to work concurrently. So this Goroutine will get the resource A and this other Goroutine will get the resource B independently, okay? But our main program, how knows that this Goroutine ends or this Goroutine ends? Because this main Goroutine will have to wait for those Goroutines ends. But how this main program knows that? Well, that's where weight groups came. Weight groups will allow to this main Goroutine, to this main program, to wait for all the Goroutines that this main Goroutine execute. So with weight groups, this main Goroutine can wait for this resource and this other resource. Well, now we will see this on code. First, I want to tell you that all the code that you can see in this video, you will have it on this GitHub repo. I will let the link on the description of the video so you can check it, and well, I recommend that you have it close to you while you are seeing this video, because it will help you to understand better all the things that I explained to you. Well, here we have three functions: do work function with weight groups function and without weight group functions. First, we will focus on these two, without weight groups and do work. So what this function does? Well, this function without weight groups, the only thing that it does is generate 10 Goroutines that will do this function, do work. What this function does? Well, this function, the only thing that does is wait 3 seconds and then print the number of this Goroutine. For example, the first Goroutine will print Goroutine number 1, the second Goroutine number 2, and so on. And after that, well, this function without weight groups will print. So I will execute this function first without weight groups to see what is happened. So go, and we can see that none of all the Goroutines that we execute here are printed on the console. Why is that? Why it seems like none of these Goroutines executed? Well, that is because we are not given time to those Goroutines to execute, because every Goroutine have to wait 3 seconds, and after we execute this 10 Goroutines, we finish the program basically, because we just have to print a message and then finish the main function. And when finish the main function, all the Goroutines, bye-bye. So we have to here wait for those Goroutines that we execute before. So we can here put a time sleep and see what happens. So here we will execute the 10 Goroutines and then we will wait for 3 seconds and then we'll execute this message. So I will execute this to see what happened now. And well, we are waiting here 3 seconds and then finish the without weight groups function. But here are printed 3 Goroutines. Okay, so 3 Goroutines were executed before this final line, before this main function ends. If here we wait for 4 seconds instead of 3, we will have to see all the Goroutines finished, and then the without weight groups function finish. So we will execute this, we will have to wait for 4 seconds, and then all the Goroutines are executed, and then the without weight groups finish message. Why is that? Well, because we have to wait to our Goroutines that we executed finish properly. But we can't use this time sleep here to wait for our Goroutines, because, well, here we know the duration of each goroutine, that is 3 seconds. But normally we will not know how long will take a goroutine. So we have to make another thing, implement another mechanism to wait for our goroutines, to finish properly. So here comes wait groups. Wait groups are here to wait for our goroutines. So here we declare a wait group variable, and then every time that we are creating a new goroutine, we just have to make this wait group that add function that will increment a counter that is inside of the wait group. And then when we want to wait, before to do that, I want to make sure that all the goroutines that I execute before are finished. So at this point of the code, for example, here, I want to wait for those goroutines ends. So here I execute this function, wait group that wait, that is a function associated to this structure. And this function, what it does is wait for this counter that I mentioned before, that we are incremented here, comes to 0. But how this counter comes to 0? Well, here, when I execute this goroutine, I am declaring here a differ function that what it does is when this do work function of this goroutine ends, okay, at the end, we'll execute this wait group that done. This wait group that done, what it does is decrement the counter by 1. So every time that a goroutine finish, we'll execute wait group that done, and with this, we'll decrement the counter by 1. So here, we just have to wait that all the goroutines ends to get the counter on 0, and then, well, we just have to print this message safely, because here we already know that all the goroutines takes the time that takes every goroutine will end. So we don't have to be worried about how long takes every goroutine, because with these wait groups, we know that if we go to this line, all the goroutines are done. So I will execute now this function with wait groups to see what happens. So I will execute that and see. Well, we are waiting here the time that we have to wait, and then all the goroutines will be printed because all the goroutines are executed properly. And then when all the goroutines finish it, well, we print this message to end the main function. Well, the first goroutine that executed is the goroutine number 8, the second one, the goroutine number 1, the third one, the goroutine 0. So the first goroutine. And well, here we also see that we don't have the control of our goroutines. When we apply concurrency, we lost the control of our program. So look at this. The goroutine number 8 is the first one on execute in this particular case. If I execute this again, maybe the first goroutine will be another one. Here is the number 9. We lost the control of our program, so we have to apply synchronization mechanism to make our programs work in a way that we want, because maybe we want to execute, I don't know, the goroutine number 7 first. And well, we can apply synchronization mechanism to do that. There are a lot of synchronization mechanisms. This is one of those. Okay, so that's all for wait groups. I hope that you could understand how to use wait groups and why use wait groups. That is the main important thing here. Understand why we have to use it. And well, if you like this kind of videos, I ask you to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, because that helps me a lot to grow up on YouTube. And well, that's all for this video. See you on the next one.